Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share the messages that I get from Spirit and from all of our higher selves that are helping us on this journey to unconditional love, love of the journey, love of each other, and love of our soul group that are most definitely bringing us back to our one true divine loves. And so I do a Divine Love Crystal Grid, which uses rose quartz energies. You receive a piece of rose quartz when you join. And basically when you meditate with that and use it to send love to your twin, out to raise love and light on the planet, you become part of a soul group that are basically helping each other come into their unions. And the power of doing it collectively is huge. The power of using the crystal to ground the energies from as above, so below is massive. And basically you supercharge it because as a twin flame, your energy is off the Richter scale. So I also do divine love healing. So I use Holy Fire Reiki, shamanic healing, crystal healing, a bit of everything. And I can tap into your soul. So I see everything like a film, and I basically write everything down for you. Tell you what I see, the messages that I get for you. I give you a 3-card angel reading and a guided mantra. And when you repeat the mantra, it basically aligns your energies to help you rise up in your vibration. Because it's all an energetic game. You know, we are living in an energetic reality. And that's why it's really important for you to raise your vibe, right? It's all about vibration. And so when you do that, you can start to see and tap into the universe, because the universe wants you to be together, because the universe needs you to be together, because you're here to raise love and light on the planet. If you are a twin flame, then you have already signed up to do it. You're a sturdy soul. You absolutely can do it. It's part of your mission here. And that's why the universe is giving us all of these signs, synchronicities, messages, pulling us together to help each other, because, you know, the universe wants it. That's the whole point. So I'm just going to read out, so today's message is, all the messages run from one to next, to next, to next, because it's all of us piecing together this amazing little jigsaw puzzle. And I've been saying like Hansel and Gretel, right? Like we're following like the pieces of bread that the universe is bringing us, which is why this is so perfect. Because yesterday I was going to the exhibition around the DC comics and the superheroes. And on the way there I went to get a coffee, and this was in front of me. So it says, I really like you. He's riding a bike. He's got the red balloons on the black, and they have the bread in the basket. Now, obviously, the bread has been a big theme as well, because we're piecing together, you know, the Hansel and Gretel and the bread, and it takes them into the woods, and, you know, there's the amazing house in the woods and all of this stuff. But also the fact that it says, I really like you, because, you know, my twin has got a bike for a start, and we really like plays on words kind of thing. And also, the only time I think he's told me, I like you twice in the whole time that I've met him, and the whole time I've known him, you know. That's the only form of affection he's ever said. So, you know, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, that's cute. So, somebody received their rose quartz. I'm just going to read out what they said. So, basically, they said, I got it yesterday. Thank you so much. I slept with it last night, holding it in my hand. I had a dream where I was telling him about how I miss him. More like when I look around things and they remind me of him and I miss him. Something like that. To that he told me, why are you thinking of the fallen leaves? This is exactly what he told me. In my dream I got skeptical that he wanted me to forget all about him. But in the morning I felt maybe he just wanted me to get rid of all the bad things that happened between us and get ready for new leaves, maybe. Well, absolutely. What he's telling her is, why are you thinking of the fallen leaves? I mean, you do know about the laws of attraction, right? If you're focusing on what has fallen, then you get more of what has fallen. So exactly, that's why her twin is saying, don't focus on that. That is entirely the wrong thing to focus on. You must focus on what's in your heart and the connection within your heart, right? So the fact this is just perfect, right? Her twin's higher self has said to her, why are you thinking of the fallen leaves, right? That is perfect. I mean, it's perfect. Because if you focus on what isn't, if you focus on lack, if you focus on the fact they're not in your life, if you focus on those things, you create more of those things, right? So that's why focus on the heart, ask for the signs, ask for the universe to support you in coming together on your twin flame union. Ask for your twin spirit to be around you. Ask for them to feel you. Ask for you to feel them, you know. Really work with your twin spirit energy, right? Because we are all energy bodies, right? You attract what you put out. It's as simple as that. So if you're attracting lack, if you're thinking I'm not with them, what, you know, then it's really difficult for their twin spirit to come to you, right? Because they can't, because you're focusing on the fact they're not there. So that's why you have to focus on the love that you have for your twin, the feeling that you have in your heart, the feeling that you have around them, and then they can show you in everywhere around you, right? In everything that you see, do, feel, they will make their presence known in conversations, in literally everywhere. So, she said, yes, absolutely. You need to release. If you're feeling things, you know, obviously things get brought up to the surface to be let go of, because you can't always be, you know, we are human after all, but you can learn to manage your vibration. So you can learn to release, do things that you know will help you to release that energy. And so you can live more and more in your love vibration. Because that's what the test is. The test for us is, can you live in your love vibration? Because that's the only truth on this universe. So that's what we were here to do, basically. And it's not easy, because if it was, then everyone would be doing it, wouldn't they? So that's why, you know, you have to really work at it. It's a daily practice. So anyway, with that said, sorry, that was a bit of a rant, but focus on the love that you have in your heart, because that is what your twin flame wants you to do. And the fact that this lady's twin flame said it to her in her dreams, all hail to that twin flame spirit, because that is just the perfect message. Okay, so this is on my way to the comic thing, right? So on the way there, I go to the Tate because there is an exhibition there. And I hadn't seen it. So I go in, and the first thing is, there's a massive hall, and it's basically, they've got a film playing, and it is a scene of woods that then turn into crystals. So, and I couldn't film it because I wasn't allowed to film it, but I was like, are you joking? I mean, this is just brilliant. I mean, the Turbine Hall is huge. And it's all about, you basically sit and you watch this, you know, you watch the scenery change, and it literally goes from a forest to crystals. And if you've been following my videos, then all of my videos are basically around the forest lovers. The crystal grid is based around the forest lovers, where you are entwined together for eternity around the oak tree. So again, I was like, what? This is amazing. The other thing is, so this is part of an exhibition, and we have the ram. The ram obviously is another sign that we've had recently, because it's about, you know, focusing on what you want as your goal and being stubborn until you actually get it, right? Keep going, don't give up. This is that because we've had the man on the moon, and this is part of that particular exhibition. Then we had the statue in Trafalgar Square, and that was all about, you know, behind this, the artist of this is a guy called David, and we have the Star of David being the divine union, basically divine masculine, divine feminine, and the six-pointed star. There is this magazine, right? The thing is about this magazine, she's actually wearing red roses, and I was really drawn to it because I bought this love magazine quite a while ago because it had a message for me on the front of it. The teapot on this, it actually has for life as well, and it's a blue teapot, so it's like perfect. Then these kids, this is all in the same, this is in basically the shop of the Tate Modern shop. So firstly, we've got obviously Dave's Rock being, you know, the Star of David. But next door is the fact that it's next door to it. It has Deep in the Woods, and on it has a fox, and it has an owl, and it has a deer. Next door to that, it has the bear and the piano. Now, the piano also has a big link for me specifically. Here's a lion, but next to it, there is a pearl. Now, on the way to this exhibition, I passed the boat, the Francis Drake boat, and there was a woman giving a speech to the little kids. And when I walked past, at the exact time I walked past, she was saying about what is hidden within the oyster is the pearl. And I had to look back because I was like, oh my God, that's a message that we had a long time ago, that basically the oyster is nothing without the grain of sand. And it's the dirt that makes the pearl, right? So, you know, you have to have the shadow side to create the beauty. So again, just brilliant, 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 brilliant. Here, then there's more books because we've got the raven and we've got the snow child, the raven and the crow. We've got the fox and our cubs, and then we've got the blue penguins. Now, penguins, again, mate for life. And then we have Boo. Now, that's something that my twin would say, most definitely. In fact, when he came to New York to see me, that's what he said in his message. Boo. Here, Mark Rothko. Mark Rothko is my favourite artist, and I noticed that this calendar is called Break Into the Light, or this book, which is exactly what we're doing, right? We're breaking into the light. Then I noticed that actually this was by the David Hockney. David Hockney, again, the Star of David, and it's positioned right into Break Into the Light, which is just brilliant. Then somebody comes and they puts a book down in front of me, which is called Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Right by the Break Into the Light, the David Hockney. They came and placed it on top. I was like, are you actually for real? This is ridiculous. I'm queuing up to pay for something, and I notice A, that there's Star Wars, B, that there's David Lynch, C, that there's cats. Cats have been a big theme as well. There's the light bulb that goes off for here, the light bulb that goes on. Emoji love here. So one of the last messages that I sent my twin was about emojis, because I always get them wrong, and he was like laughing at me. So the emoji book. Not only that, but look what's here. Draw my life. How to be happy. All of these things right in one little space. Clear. All about creating the life of your dreams. You know, do what you want for your life. Be here now, in the moment. All by all of these scenes. Like beat the dark and go into the light. So then I see this book, which is about this dude called Mark Ruffalo. He actually reminds me of my twin. So I was like, oh, look at it there. He just reminds me of him. I'm reading, and he is basically, as you probably know, he's an actor, but I think he went through a hard time, had difficulty with drugs and stuff, but now he's campaigning as an activist, and he is an activist for, I think about, you know, doing good for a green environment and, you know, against Trump and all this stuff. So I was like, oh my God, that's just too cool. By the way, the reason why I was drawn to it is because these two were right next to each other, right? Also, the fact that the magazine is called So It Goes, and, you know, one of the things is about as above, so below, you know, that you have to just let things go. Like, so it goes is like, you know, let the ebb and flow of life carry you. So we have these, then we carry on, and there's a lion, there's a frog, there's a red balloon. I see red balloons in people's healings quite a lot because that's something that's just come through. So hang on, I hope this, I then see, I mean, this is just ridiculous. There's a duck, there's a fox, there's the lion and the fox, there's more, there's bears, I mean, everything. It's the fact that it's